Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croy-Dragon, and welcome back to Vox Adventures. And this is it, the finale for the fall season with the Halloween special coming whenever the event comes. So what can I talk about? Updated OBS this morning, hoping things move a bit more smoothly. Continued with my Halloween movie marathon, last night. Darkman 3 is what I started with, then Destroy All Monsters, then Dorian Gray, then Todd Browning's Dracula and its Spanish counterpart. And then I finished on Horror of Dracula, which starred Christopher Lee. Although I've seen the best adaptation in the 1977 miniseries Count Dracula, done by BBC, it's even the most faithful to the original novel. I am interested in finding a copy of the Canadian film Dracula, Pages from a Virgin's Diary. It's the only Canadian adaptation I know of the story. But more important than that, it's a ballet film. And the actor playing Dracula is Chinese-Canadian, with Dracula even being referenced as coming from the East rather than from Transylvania, Wallachia, wherever. You know, somewhere in that area. Oh, excellent. also it's a silent film, so that's good too. It was made in 2007, I think. Or was it 2000? Yeah, I think it's 2002. So I would have been about 10 at the time. Yeah, 10. Depending on when in the year it was released. So yeah, it's got its own twists on the story. And while I do admit I would like to write something like Dracula, I'm not really feeling vampire. I'm feeling more something like a fallen angel instead. Definitely keep the Chinese look for the character, because let's face it, angels, be like fallen or not, I'm pretty sure they can just take whatever form they please. Pretty sure some would probably have a favorite look. And maybe incorporate some of the Jiangshi's appearance. To play with that, well, it's inspired by Dracula, which is one of the most famous, the story would be inspired by Dracula, one of the most famous vampire stories. The antagonist would be a fallen angel who takes on, well, he resides in China, and his appearance is vaguely Chinese. I mean, I don't know. Good lord, I don't want to turn this into a yellow peril thing, so I'd maybe have the rest of the cast be Asian too. I don't know. But on the other hand, can an angel, fallen or not, even have a nationality? I'm definitely feeling incorporating some things from Count Orlok's appearance for my villain. And even something from, even some stuff from the literary Dracula, who was a hairy, mustached brute in appearance. Yeah, that's how he looked. He looked like a hairy, mustached brute. Don't want to be swart. I don't want to be handsome or anything. And that's not just because he's the villain. That's because if you actually... the original Dracula, the character was not a handsome man. As I said, hairy, mustached brute in appearance. A hairy, mustached brute. Yeah. Oh, jeez. And if I were to incorporate some stuff from the Jiangshi, probably the rotting, his flesh being rotting, his skin being greenish gray, greenish white, one of those two. Of course, his hair being white. You know, it's worth noting that Dracula actually started off white-haired in the story, but he youthened to the extent he went from looking old to middle-aged. The more he drank, he fed on blood. So yeah, if you see an adaptation that keeps that but goes for a Dracula looking young, that's something that's being forgotten. He did grow, as he did uh, grow younger as he fed on blood. He actually only drank enough so he appeared more middle-aged than truly young. The Jiangshi are truly a remarkable thing. A very interesting regional variation of the vampire. Yeah, it really varies from area to area, I found, but let's just stay on the Jiangshi for now. I was introduced to it through Jackie Chan Adventures. And bizarre, to my memory, it didn't keep the hopping bit. Didn't keep the general Ming Dynasty attire. It's odd. I'll admit it. It's odd. Yeah, not keeping the Ming Dynasty attire. And that spell, that paper with the spell, it's weird when you learn how they're supposed to look and they aren't. Well, it just, as I said, it just did not look, it does not look how they're described. No greenish skin. I don't even remember the thing even having hair, let alone white hair. No Ming Dynasty official attire. No spell on the hanging from the hat or the forehead or whatever. No hopping around. It was odd, to say the least, because let's see here, a show created by someone of Chinese descent, someone who was born in Hong Kong, and when they get around to portraying a Jiangshi, it does not look anything like how Chinese folklore physically portrays them. Actually, I'm curious, yeah, he was the creator, but was he even the, how much, I'm curious, script writers, who is the script writers? Jack E. Hong Kong American animated comedy television series. Okay, so what the hell? So it's not just created by someone of Hong Kong descent, it's actually an international co-production. I don't know, do Jiangshi look different in the Hong Kong region or something? I don't know. Let's see, it was a season 2 episode. Um, okay, what am I even looking at? Chap, Yape, Rob, Hoogie, Adam Bichin. Okay, written by, what were those names? Bichin and, oh, Adam Bichin, I'm not gonna take a wild guess or anything. But maybe it's just a regional thing, or maybe they just wanted the Jiangshi to be a bit more scary. I don't know. And the Jiangshi are briefly covered in the monster episode of Eyewitness. And they're more accurately covered when vampires are covered, and even stating that if a bag of rice was thrown or spilled before their feet, they could not pass until they had counted every last grain. Clearly, the Count from Sesame Street is the wrong kind of vampire if he has a counting obsession. Hey, Alex. Well, I'm aware about quite a few horror movies involving the Jiangshi. I've never seen any, and the next time I encountered them was actually here on Vox Populi. Yeah, you know, the full moon event. And they've got the mega tires, they hop around, which is apparently due to rigor mortis, making them so stiff that they cannot actually move as they can, as they should be able to. You know, as they could when they lived. Yes. Yes, Ali Alex. Next encountered the Jiangshi in well, the Jiangshi inspired enemy in that Mario game for the original Game Boy. Got it on emulator, drawing a blank for the name right now. But yeah, there's enemies based on them. And then our next encounter them again via rail. It was also Minecraft. On the Chinese mythology pack for Bedrock, the zombies and their variants are, of course, Jiangshi. I mean, sure, they don't hop, but it's forgivable. And they're just the zombies with a different skin. The zombies, the husks in the ground with a different skin. You really shouldn't expect a mob to be completely reprogrammed in their movements for what is essentially a texture and music pack. I mean, sure, the packs come with worlds, which is cool too, but you can't expect a specific mob to be completely reprogrammed in its movement. You know, that's what makes it forgivable, that the zombies don't move as Jiangshi would. Oh, right. So yeah, updated my OBS, hoping that, uh, I don't know, I don't know what's been going on recently, Minecraft, OBS, just things not responding, my computer freezing when I try to stream something on Twitch, not Twitch, Discord. I mean, I can stream something, but eventually it freezes, which is something that never happened before. I mean, this computer is what, 2, 3 years old? There we go. Excuse me just for 1 second. Okay, we're back. Okay, encoding overloaded. What the hell? I fixed that. I thought I fixed that. Oh, terrific. Still not yet out of wherever the hell I am. Oh, jeez, this never happened on the MacBook. Encoding overload. The Minecraft not responding. Oh, jeez. So, yeah, I mentioned Dracula, Pages from a Virgin's Diary, changes Dracula's origins from the East, I mean, to the East from, well, technically, I guess, Transylvania is still the East, just not the East people typically think of. I mean, it's East from Great Britain, so, yeah, being more specific probably would have been better. Yeah, the actor is Chinese, Chinese Canadian, but doesn't. I mean, it's supposed to. The implication supposed to be that Dracula comes from Asia in the film, but he still follows Western vampire. From what I've read, he still follows the standard Western vampire um things, traditions. I mean, yeah, can't change too much. I mean, yeah, it's basically playing on the. It's making reference to the fears of immigrants that would have existed in the Victorian era, but honestly, I don't think it works too well when Asia has its own vampires. They don't really follow the European model. I mean, yes, I'm a fan of ability over appearance, but Eastern vampires aren't exactly like Western vampires. Yeah, definitely gonna keep the Canadian. Uh, No, wait, of course I'm gonna have the setting be Canada rather than Great Britain for my story. Being Canadian and all. I'm thinking Nova Scotia. And of course gonna have the, as previously stated, I'll have the, to avoid it turning into a yellow peril thing, because I really want to avoid that. Going to have the entire cast be Asian. But, different ethnic groups. I think I'm feeling Arabic for the hero. I only turned down video settings. What do you want me to turn it down to? For his love interest and her family, I don't know, maybe Mongol? Turkic? Because I want to keep the red-headed heroes thing. Usually my the romantic leads are always redheads. I mean, they are always redheads, but usually they are the male lead is of Irish heritage and the female of English. But I'm thinking that if I'm going to go for an all Asian cast, then the ethnic group, the Asian ethnic groups of the ethnicities of the characters should be ones that allow for red hair for the leads, for the romantic leads. And red hair does, of course, occur in some Asian ethnic groups. It's not a strictly European thing. And what I'm feeling is, really going back to, well, obviously I mentioned the brutish look of Dracula, and of course that's something that I'm gonna go with for my, I'd go with for my villain. Because I don't want, the villain to be handsome at all. You know, fallen angel, vampire, whatever I choose, I do not want him to be good looking. Yeah, what would I call my character? This villain of mine. I'm feeling Ding. Yeah, feeling Ding for the name. I mean, sure, it's more everyday. It's more a name you could come across from anyone on the street, sort of thing. But that's more the point. Yeah, that's really the point. It's more a case of his name isn't something remarkable. It's his appearance that makes him stand out, not both the name and the appearance. I mean, even in Eastern European communities, how many Draculas do you think you'd come across? And yeah, I did some looking into people from the Ming Dynasty, and I came across no wait, not an actor, artist I think. Yeah, I think it was an artist by the name of Ding Jing. And I just really felt the name, you know? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll stick with the name Ding. If I find a different name, I might switch. A name I feel even more. Oh wow. Nice place you built here. Lucky. I could only fix this not responding issue I have. There it goes again. I mean, obviously I mentioned Canada instead of Great Britain. Obviously it would be China instead of Wallachia, Transylvania, whichever. But I'm definitely feeling 2004 for the time period. Maybe I might change it at some other time. I don't know, there's just something about the Victorian era I don't really feel. Maybe it's because it's overused in fiction for a setting. Well, I think one of the characters would probably be a veteran of the Kosovo War, so yeah, 2004 makes for a good um good time frame. Unless I feel something else. Oh, mother. Hmm. Or maybe 2005. Yeah, maybe 2005 would be better. Bring the Kosovo War and the International Force for East Timor into the character's background. Oh, jeez, what's this? June 11th, 1999. Actually, yeah, just keep like a Civil War as the character's military background. Keep it setting as 2004. The East Timor thing. I mean, it's interesting that the guy be in two wars, but one is enough most of the time. Jeez. It's like Vine is making a comeback or something. Is Vine even still a thing? I have no idea. Let's see here. What ethnic groups native to Asia do have red hair? Give me the list. Red hair. Geographic distribution. Okay, Asia. In Asia, red hair can be found among some peoples of Afghan, Arab, Iranian, Mongolian, Turkic, Miao, and Hmong descent. Yeah, so I guess got some choices to make. For romantic leads. It's just a villager. I mean, unless oh, no, a crossbow bolt's not gonna hit me. Yeah, I'm really feeling an all-Asian cast. Yeah, in the 21st century, a white male lead going up against a villain who's Asian isn't gonna go over well, so... Probably... I mean, technically the villain is a fallen angel or whatever. So, but still, my point still stands. If they're, if the form they take is East Asian in appearance, it's still not gonna look good for a guy of Irish descent going up against this character. Hello? Oh, that's sweet. Oh, an undead white. No, I would like to do a story Marco Polo inspired, not something actually about Marco Polo, but still something inspired by his travels. Of course, keep the Irish protagonist, Gaelic Irish, in this case. And I'm thinking instead maybe the it being the time of Genghis Khan rather than Hubla Khan. Genghis, of course, being Hubla's grandfather. Posthumously, Genghis is considered the first emperor of the Yuan, jeez. The Yuan dynasty. Which is strange because you got things like founders and then you've got people who are, I mean, how do I put this? Hubla Khan is considered the founder of the Yuan dynasty, but Genghis Khan is considered is posthumously considered to be the first emperor of the Yuan dynasty. So, does he count as a posthumous founder? Does that... I have no idea. It's weird, and it's really something that's confused me, and still confuses me. Oh, jeez. Need shelter, need shelter. What the hell is that? Of course, I'd also like to do a Viking story, set in the early 10th century, with the climax being the Battle of Ireland Bridge in Ireland. At least I'm pretty sure that's what the battle was called. Norse Gaelic protagonist, Anglo-Norse antagonist. Who's also his paternal half-brother. Elder paternal half-brother. Yeah, it would be quite good. Oh, I'm telling you, focusing on England is something that a lot of stories set during the Viking Age do. It's It's disconcerting. Hey, they were in other places too. Why does it always have to be England? Well, no, I don't know. Even what's considered the beginning of the Viking Age and the end of the Viking Age is pretty English-centric. People, historians call the Raid of Lindisfarne an English monastery in the beginning of the Viking Age. What do they call the end of the Viking Age? The death of Harold Hardrada at the Battle of Stamford Bridge in England in 1066. Yeah, and that's, sounds about right. Very English-centric, but, I've seen some sources refer to the death of Canute the Great as, what was that? I think it was in 1040 when he died. He died. When did he die? It, it was obviously before the Battle of Stamford Bridge. 1035. He died of course of natural causes, so but the thing about Canute is, yes, he was a king of Denmark and Norway, but he was also a king of England. So yeah, still English-centric. Now, while in Ireland, the end of the Viking Age is said to be in the Battle of Clontarf, which happened in 1014. So obviously you have, it really depends on the region. Ireland, it's very firmly agreed 1014, the Battle of Clontarf. England, you got a little bit of disagreement. It's either ended in 1035 with the death of Canute, or 1066 with Harold Hardrada's death at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. What do I think? Personally, I don't care. It's more the I don't care when it ended. It's just like the fact that in England it came to an end. And honestly, it probably wasn't an immediate end like the Battle of Clontarf. In England it was probably more a long, drawn out end that began with Canute's death and ended with Harold Hardrada's. Basically, the Viking Age was pretty much dying in England by the time Canute passed. Honestly, I think the reason England might get so much attention is because at the end of the day it was pretty much the weakest place that the Norsemen were active in during the Viking Age. And I say that because they managed to be... England was actually conquered twice in the same century uh, by the Norsemen. First by Svein Forkbeard and then by his son Canute the Great. It's the only nation I'm aware of that the Norsemen ever conquered. I mean, sure, they set up settlements in many places. They had settlements in England before the conquest, they had settlements in Ireland, but they never conquered it, they never conquered France. It's one of the great ironies. Yeah, it's one of the great ironies. Or maybe it's not a case of irony. Maybe it's the case of England wanting to bring... Maybe it's the case of English historians wanting to bring forward the fact that, yes, one of... how do I put this? A lot of the famed... The supposed beginning of the Viking Age began in England. Both of the possible ends occurred in involved England, and England was actually twice conquered by the Norsemen. So maybe that's why the stories are so English-centric, but ironically, I very rarely find those events as actual subjects. I've only seen the Raid of Lindisfarne portrayed once. Well, technically twice, but uh, the World Around Us comic book series was educational. The show Vikings is a work of fiction that takes more liberties than should be taken. I've only come across a portrayal of Sweyn Forkbeard's conquest of England with the manga series Vinland Saga. I don't think I've ever, if not read the entire series, so I don't know if it goes into Canute's at all. Don't know if it goes into Canute's death. I mean, the series is still ongoing, so he's probably still alive. Only once seen a portrayal of the Battle of Stamford Bridge, and that is in Age of Empires 2. Yeah, so yeah, it's ironic, as English-centric as Viking Age fiction tends to be, in my experience. Oh, come on. The major factors aren't really covered. I mean, yeah, you've got the invasion of the Great Danish Army, which is of course covered in Vikings, and superior works such as the Saxon stories. Their adaptation, The Last Kingdom, on Netflix. Oh jeez, not responding again. Why does this happen? I updated Java, I've been... yeah, of course, you've got your portrayals of the invasion of the Great Danish Army and their conquests, which really wasn't all of England. It was, keep in mind, it was just a collection of petty kingdoms, with each being the bitter rival of the next. Not any different from Ireland or Norway. And it's also covered in Age of Empires 2. So that too has its portrayals, but that's... I've seen more for the Great Danish Army than I have for any other of those major events of English history during the Viking Age. Well, that's all for this season. I'm Brian Croy Dragon signing out. Stay Shrey.